Hi, my name's Tippy and I run 3 online shops, but we're not going to be talking about my online shops today because I posted this thing on Reddit and it's basically just asking people if they would like me to rate their shop, not as like a shop guru or anything, just literally as a consumer rating another person's shop. When I first started my shop, I would have loved to just have anybody look at it and honestly rate it, but I couldn't get anyone to do it. Even on the pages that you're supposed to post on where people are supposed to rate your shops, it's very hard to get like people to look at it and just tell you exactly what they think. So I thought I'd do that. So anything I give, it's not going to be like rude or mean. I'm not roasting people's shops. I'm literally just giving my opinions on other people's shops as a regular consumer, on whether or not I would trust it or not, on what type of things I like to see when I shop on shops and what makes me trust shops and that type of thing. So that's all I'm going to be doing. Not rating people's shops, but I guess kind of rating people's shops. I'm not going to give it like a number or anything. I'm just going to go through it, give my thoughts, and call it a day.
All right, so the first website we're going to be looking at is this website called Fidel. I hope I'm saying that right. It looks like Fidel to me. And from what I could see, it looks like it is a secret geometry based like clothing and apparel store. First impressions, I think it looks nice. I think the color scheme is nice and it all works well together. There's nothing that's like weird within the color scheme. All of the images are all around the same shape and size, so nothing looks too jarring when you're just looking at it. I think all the photos work very well together. They all have the same aesthetic and the same feel. Like when picking pictures to use on their website, they pick the very good ones. All the people look like they belong in these clothing. Nothing looks weird. None of the pictures look like super strange or anything like that. So I think that's all very good. One thing that I did notice though is that there is no about me section on this website. And I think for consumers, about me sections help them, one, connect more, especially with a brand that they don't really know. So it helps them connect a little bit more. And then I just think it gives you more credibility when you have an about me. But there is links to social media. So that's good. So that's nice that there's links to social media. And even on their page, even on the main landing page of this website, there's this little section where it kind of tells about the brand. So I would put this section and maybe add a little bit more like into an about me somewhere on the page. When looking at the actual clothing and whatnot, one thing that I did notice is that the pictures are super humongous when you click into the products. I don't know if that was on purpose. If that's like the look you're going for, then fine. But I know it looks different on mobile. On mobile, it looks like it works more than it does on a desktop. So I'm not sure if it was like looked at on a desktop and on mobile. It's not that it looks bad. It's just very large. It like shocked me when I first looked at it. I was like, whoa, those pictures are big. But I will say that the sizing on these is very nice. Like this one only goes to 2X, but I saw a bunch that go up to 4X. So that's really nice that there's sizing options like that, because not every website has sizing options like that. It'll go up to 4X. I keep clicking the ones that only go up to 2X, but I did see some that went up to 4X. I promise I did. So I think that's cool. But one thing on this site that is missing that I noticed is there is no terms of service or privacy policy. And you kind of want those because you're collecting information from your shoppers and from your clients, and so you're gonna want a privacy policy and then also terms of service just to protect you and to help your client and to, you know, just have all your bases covered. Plus it makes your website look more credible and more trustworthy, I think, when you have those. Another thing that I think is cool on here though is that there's this cool reward system, which is not something that I've seen a lot of on clothing websites. So depending on what you do, you gain rewards, and then you can turn those rewards in for cool things. So there's the list up here, I think. Yeah, so depending on how many rewards you get, you can turn them in for like free shipping, $5 off coupons, $10 off coupons. So I think that's really cool. There's even one for a free t-shirt. That's not something I've seen a lot of, so I think that's very nice. So yeah, all I say is, for me, I would add an about page, and I would, I think that's all I said. Yeah. Oh no, terms of service and privacy policy. I would add those as well. So This is Fidel, and I think their clothing's nice. I like it. I like the way it looks. I like sacred geometry also. Oh, another thing. I like that at the bottom of the page, you can get a little bit more information about sacred geometry. They have this like blog where you can get information. So if you happen to stumble across this website and you don't really know what sacred geometry is, this is really nice that they tell you some info on it. So that was number 1, and that is Fidel. So overall, I think it's really good. I think there's only a couple of things that, as a consumer, I'd be like a little worried about, especially if you're shopping on a website that you don't really know. Like whenever I shop on websites that I don't really know where they're from, and they're just kind of like random websites, they're not like the known ones that people always shop on. I always look for things like an about me. I want to be able to link it back to someone if they have their personal pages linked or anything like that. And I like when it has terms of service and a privacy policy, because I don't know, that just makes it seem more secure. Even though technically you could have that and still not be secure, but it helps me feel better. So the next one is Casing Project, and this I'm pretty sure is made to order. So this is a made to order brand. I think the website is sleek. I see the look it's going for. It's like nice, clean, sleek, which is kind of what the clothing is like. So the website matches the clothing, which is the same for Fidel. The website, I think, matches the clothing brand very well. And for this one, same. It's a nice, sleek, clean looking clothing. So of course the website is nice, clean, and sleek looking. That makes sense. This one does have an about me, but this is another one that doesn't have terms of service or a privacy policy. It does have an FAQ though, which was very nice. But it doesn't have a contact page. Even though it doesn't have a contact page, it does have a contact email. So if you do need to get in touch with someone, that is available. But what I thought was strange was that there's an option to DM Casing Project on Instagram, which means that they do have social media attached to this website, but it's not listed anywhere. So that's something that I would add is like even just at the bottom of the about me or something, just like put the social media, like a link where you can just click it, kind of like this, where at the bottom you can just click the Facebook or the Insta. So I would do something like that, because I don't know, it just helps people feel better when you can link it to another thing and it's not just like a website floating in space all by itself. So yeah, that's one thing I would do. Also, I would get rid of this powered by Shopify. That was on my website. I got that out of there. I mean, unless it's something that you want, because that makes people feel secure if they know it's powered by Shopify. For me personally, I didn't like the way it looked, so I took that off. So that's just a thing. You can take that off if you want. But yeah, terms of service, privacy policy, and I would link your social media to the page. Other than that, I think the clothing's nice. One downside is that it only goes to large, which means that there's a very large range of people that are not going to be able to purchase this clothing, but it is made to order. So I guess that's the drawbacks of made to order. But yeah, it's also nice that it tells you that it's made in Brooklyn, and it very clearly says made to order. So that's nice, and it's clear like what the processing time is and everything. So for made to order, things like that are super important, because customers get angry if you don't have all that front and center. And even when you do have it front and center, people sometimes don't like to read. So that's nice that that's right there, easy for them to see. Yeah. So the one thing is, I mean, the downside is that oh my gosh, I can't speak. The sizing only goes to a large, but I guess that's just the nature of made to order. I don't know. I don't do made to order clothing, so I guess that's just the nature of it. I will link your social so people can see it, because you have one, so I would link it. Other than that, I think the website's really nice. I like the look of it. I like the feel of it. I like the clothing, especially these black and yellow pieces. These are really cool. So yeah, that is Casing Project. The next one is Happenist, and this one has a pop-up, which is fine. There's lots of websites that have pop-ups, as long as it doesn't like keep popping up, because then it becomes annoying. So this one overall I felt like was pretty solid. It has a nice about us, very clear about us, very clear on what the brand is about, what the website is about, easy to understand, all of that. The only thing is, on this about us page, this is a mock-up, and I know this is a mock-up because I also use Placeit. But for people not using mock-ups, they might think that these are the people that own the website. So if I was going to use a mock-up on an About Us page, I would use one either where you can't see faces, or I would crop the faces out, the pictures where they're like, they don't have any faces and it's like cropped right under the neck. So yeah, I would do that just because it kind of looks like these people own the website. Like it's under the About Us and their faces are in it. Kind of looks like they own it. So that's one thing. But yeah, this website seems very trustworthy because not only does it have emails you can contact people, it has phone numbers, it has where you can contact people. It looks like it's very easy to get in touch with anyone if you're having any issues. This one also has a terms of service, but there is no privacy policy, and because you're collecting personal information from people, I would get a privacy policy just to be safe, just to cover your bases. I would just get one. I don't think it's illegal to not have one, but I do think you should have one if you're operating an online website because you are collecting sensitive information from your customers. So yeah, I would do that. Also, one thing I noticed about this quick links section is that there's a option that says refund policy, and it takes you to this page where it's like skinny, like the words don't go all the way out far. But then there's another one that says return and refund policy, and it looks like this. So that's a little confusing. That one says return and refund policy and the other one says refund policy. That's the only thing about this section down here that's confusing. It also has a link to an Insta, so that's always nice when you can link it to another social media, another anything, so that you don't feel like you're just floating with a rando website. I think that there's like a nice little mission statement right here that is like front and center, exactly what you need to know about them. And then when you click the Get to Know Us, it takes you to the About Us page. So that's very nice. It's also nice that, let me just go into one of the clothings so you can see. It's nice that the sizes go up to 5XL. So I think that's the largest size I've seen so far on all the websites. So that's really nice that it goes up to 5XL. Also, I really like this hoodie. I enjoy this design very much. I like it. It's cute. It's like YouTube, but it's like your turn. I also like that there's a nice big track your order right here, especially with COVID and holiday delays and everything just being slow, and USPS being overworked and overwhelmed. It's nice that customers can come to your website and click this track order and call it a day. So yeah, I do like that. So to wrap it up, I like the website. I think the clothing is nice. The only thing is on the About Me page, I would either use a picture of the people that own the website or person that own the website, or I would use a mock-up that doesn't have faces in it because it looks like those people own the website. And then other than that, this refund and return, it's in two places, so maybe rename one. And there's no privacy policy. I think that's it. Other than that, I think this website's really cool. I also like that the Instagram feed is on the page, so that's nice. They have nice little reviews down here. Very nice overall. I say very nice a lot. Sorry if I keep saying it. And I think I'm gonna do one more after this. So the next one is Biota. And this one is a pretty small shop, so the design is just kind of simple because there's not a lot going on here. So this one is just like more of the same. I think the About Me is like right front and center, so that's nice. But I would actually flip these two. I would put the marketplace above the About Me because that's where the clothing is. So yeah, I would swap those two, just the position of them. But very clear and concise exactly what type of website this is, what it's offering. So that's very nice. This also has an FAQ, but it does not have terms of service and privacy policy. So that's something that I would put in. It does have a refund policy though, a very nice long refund policy, which is always good because you want your customers to be informed. As far as the actual clothing goes, the only thing I would say is there's just one large section that just says marketplace where you just shop everything. I think it'd be cool if they were separated into different parts, like maybe t-shirts, sweatshirts, prints, stickers, posters, or even like posters and prints together, like art for one. I just think it'd be easier to navigate if they were separated. Like you can have the option for shop all, but then also put like t-shirts, sweatshirts, prints, break up the categories a little bit. There's not a ton of things on the website. There's only 3 pages. So for now, it might be okay. But like if you're planning on adding more, that might become a bit much in the future. if people are gonna have to like sift through all the pages to find one thing in particular. I mean, they do have a search, so you could always search, but you know, I think it'd be cooler if you had categories that you can just click in, because that's how I shop. Like if I'm looking for something, I'm only looking for that thing, and if I have to sift through the whole entire website just to get like a t-shirt that I want, then I'm probably gonna leave the website. There's not a ton of things on this website though, so it wouldn't take long for anyone to sift through it, but just for future reference. There's also no other anything attached to this, like no Facebook, no Insta, no other social media, no other anything attached to this except for this website. So unless it's going to contact us, it is not. So yeah, I would link something else to this so customers feel a little bit more secure. But other than that, I really like the mission statement of this company. I really like what this company's about. I like the logo, it's cute. So yeah, I like this one. And the last thing I'm going to do today is Totem. I guess like totem, but like Totem. So I really like this one as well. I know, I like all of them. So far, no one's website has been like a disaster where I go in it and I'm like, what is this? It might come in the future, but so far, everyone looks like they're doing, you know, they're doing good. They're doing the thing. They're getting their websites done really nicely. So yeah, this one has nice promise. Like it tells you exactly what it's about right here. All their products are right here. There is no about me page, and that might just be something that's like that I personally like, but just I am doing this for me personally. But personally, I like when websites have about me pages. I like to know about the brand. I want to know the mission statement. Preferably, I want to know who owns it. I even like when people like link themselves. Like I love when I can see a picture of the owner of the website. But there is an Insta and there is a Facebook link, so that's really cool. There is a privacy policy and a terms and conditions, so they're up on their legalness. There's order status, returns, complaints, help. So this website looks really solid in terms of having all their everything where it needs to be. The only critique I think I have is, let me just go into a category so you can see. I think the red down here is fine. I think the red in the logo is fine, but I think this select options red is a little bit jarring. It is very intense. Like it's an intense red. I understand that red is like a thing on the website. Like even hovering over this, that red is nice. Like that is fine. I don't think anything's wrong with that. But this red is like so intense for the select options. I don't think anywhere else in the except for the submit. So the select options and the submit, I think the red is like super intense. Like I even pulled up Forever just so you can see like what red looks like on their website. So when they have sales, they do use red. And then up here, there's even a sale and it's red. But it's not like this is intense red. This is like maybe, so it's dialed back a little bit. It's a little bit, they added a little bit of shade in there. So yeah, this red is very jarring. I think other than that, that's about it. Just the red on the select options. But other than that, like the categories red, I think is fine. I think all that's fine. It's just maybe because there's so much of it. When you look on the page, there's like a lot of select options. So it's like, it's a lot. But other than that, this website is solid. There's like everything's in its place, everything is where it needs to be. There's even a wish list. Like how do you even get that option? I need to put that on my site. Where did you get that from? I'm about to search on the Shopify apps. Actually, I don't know if this store is powered by Shopify, but I need that wish list. Like that's freaking cool. Also, I like the clothing. I think it's nice. I like the designs. I think they're very marketable. I think it's things that people will buy. So yeah, I think this site is solid. It's nice logo, easily brandable. Like you're good, Totem. Just this red is very intense. That's about it. So yeah, I think that's all the shops I'm gonna do today. So yeah.
All right, that's all I have to say on those sites, and I have a couple more I'm gonna do because I do want to get through all the ones of people that did them, but I don't want it to be too long. So that's it for these. It's mostly for the people that actually posted these. So sorry if it's long and boring, but it's mostly for the people that actually asked for the reviews. So it's nice to have someone to see someone actually talking and looking at it in real time. So that's why I did it this way and didn't just write back to them. But yeah, that's it. Bye-bye.